Hey, what's up, everybody? My name's Lane Rowland. Some of y'all might know me, some of you may not. But this video is going to be talking about an issue that I just found out that's happening in Uber Eats that I think is affecting drivers all over the United States, and it's a big problem. And I think that the system is set up purposely to be able to not pay you correctly so Uber can make more money. So let me go in and explain exactly what I'm talking about. So I've been working for Uber for 4 years, since 2016, and I started doing it a lot more since the pandemic. It's a good way to make money, and keep afloat in this hard time. So I've been noticing recently, um, I've been getting orders for military base. Now, when you have your Uber app open and you get a ping, you get directions to the restaurant, you pick up the food. Once you pick up the food and everything's okay, you mark it as picked up and it will take you to the location of drop off. And that's the way that you're supposed to follow. Anytime I go to this military base, it takes me to an entrance that is closed and it won't reroute you to the next entrance. So now I have to either call the customer and ask them where it is, and I'm not really familiar with this area. I'm delivering close to 35 miles away from where I usually deliver, and the people in the military base are thinking like it should just be easy. You go to that entrance and whatnot. That in itself is a hassle because you have to drive to the entrance. They have to run your ID. You have to get out of your car, search your doors, and usually the location is way further away from that entrance than what it was from the entrance that I would have entered. So that's what Uber is estimating. Uber is estimating where you're going from point A to point B, not from point A to point B to point C. So once you go past that time, they're not going to pay you for it. So the estimated time it would take me to do it was 23 minutes before I even took the order, and they said I was going to get paid between $7 to $8. So I accepted. It said it was going to take me 17 minutes to get there. I was like, okay. So I drive 17 minutes, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to the military base. I look at the address. So then I contact the customer. I was like, I can't access this thing, and I'm trying to get the direction. She's like, you have to go through Reese Road, which it wasn't Reese Road, it was another road. So I drive to that road. I finally get in. They do the whole search in my car. At this point, 40 minutes has gone by. So I'm driving, getting close to dropping the food off, and the GPS does not take me to the actual location again. It takes me at the beginning of the housing complex, and there's all these different units, and I'm trying to look for the unit. So then she's like, I see you on the GPS, and I'm like, well, the GPS isn't taking me to where it needs to be. So after that, I accept the trip. I end the trip. I drop the food off, and I go to look at how much I got paid. I got paid $7.04, and I've been driving for an hour. So I call in support. Support for Uber Eats is horrible. They're not based in the United States, and they're very, very robotic. They do not help you out in any shape, way, or fashion. They usually tell you to email in, especially with trip discrepancies. You must email in, and once you email in, I've done this numerous times, they just send you an automated message back. No matter what, like, you could clearly have the best evidence ever, and they're gonna send you the same thing back. They never ever adjust your fares. So I'm looking at the trip and it says 23 minutes. I knew it took me longer, so I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna ask her how long it took. I'm like, when did I pick it up? She was like, you picked it up at 1 o'clock. I'm like, when did I drop it off? She was like, at 1:54. I'm like, how long is that? She's like, 47 minutes or something like that. I'm like, okay, so what in the app, what does it show that Uber paid me for? She's like, 23 minutes. So already right there, like, you didn't pay me for 20 minutes. So I know exactly what is going on. If the customer ends up messing up and you have to drive further than what you're supposed to do, Uber has automatically said what they're going to pay you. So you could drive 10 miles, like just like in this situation with the military base, since I have to go all the way to the next entrance and drive through the military base and do all that extra work, Uber's not going to pay me for that. Uber's only going to pay me for what the customer put in from the jump, from point A to point B. Now, since I can't get to point B through that way, I have to go to point A to point B to point C to point D and then all the way back to point B. And I'm not going to get paid for that. And I'm pretty sure Uber's doing this on a wide range of things. There's been other situations that happen. So I want to make this video, and if you're an Uber driver and you're going through the same thing, like mainly Uber Eats, pretty much only Uber Eats, please comment and let me know. Let's talk about this. Let's try to fix this situation, because there's got to be a way, and they need to pay you for that extra time if you can prove that you're not just like lollygagging and taking a long time just to deliver food. If you're there to get your job done and you have to do some extra work, you should be paid for it. Like basically me driving an hour for $7, I basically just dropped that food off for free. And in this day and age, it's not worth it. I can't be driving around for an hour risking my life, technically, and almost risking my family's life for freaking no money just to drop food off. Like I have to go in a restaurant with the chance of getting COVID-19. Me meeting somebody, dropping food off. There's all these different chances, and Uber is making a ton of money. All you got to do is pay your drivers. And a long time ago, they used to actually pay you. But I'm pretty sure with some drivers that were scamming and not doing what they were supposed to do, and so on and so forth. So then they had to change up the policy. But I called in even before it even happened. With this, and it's happened to me like in the last 2 weeks. It's happened a lot because I just moved to the area I am. So this is like kind of a new area that I'm delivering in. And anytime it's like I don't start delivering here, it ends up taking me here, because you pick up food, I could drive 20 miles, like 15 miles, I end up somewhere else, then I get an order there, and then that takes me into all different areas. But with this, if you call in, they should be able to compensate. They really need a payment support system that you can call in and not type, because it gives them it makes it real easy for them to deny you your correct pay or to fix the situation when you have to email in, and they can just email you back. Because who wants to sit there and email? Like I was just sitting there about to write out the email, and I have so many details and so much stuff that I need to say that it's like it would take me like 15-20 minutes to write a freaking email and send that. And then for real on their end, who is gonna sit there and actually read that full email? Like, ain't nobody just, and that's why, like, I want to say like 50. I might make a video and show you. I've done this like 50 times. Like literally, I'm almost to my 1,000th delivery. And a lot of those deliveries back in the day used to be the same thing. And it used to be when I arrived at a restaurant, I would have to wait like 20 minutes, like most. And the weird part about it was McDonald's. I would go in McDonald's, take me 8 minutes to get there, I arrive there, and the food's not ready. Nobody in the restaurant, nothing. They just take a very, very long time to deliver food. I would wait in there 15 minutes, then have to drive like 4 minutes away and get paid $3. And then that whole ordeal took me an hour. I would be livid, and then I would call in, and certain people would help me out and certain people wouldn't. And at that point, is if they used to do it, if you waited over 15 minutes, they would give you an extra $5 added to your fare. Now they don't do that. Now if you wait over 10 minutes, you call in, they cancel the order, and they pay you for whatever the order was when you picked it up. So if you were going to get paid $5.89, they cancel it, you get paid $5.89. Then most of the time they're going to end up paying you for the same order in the long run, and you won't get penalized. But even with this military base, I've gotten in trouble for this. Like my percentage has gone down because the customer has basically given me a bad star rating because of that. Because the person also too on the customer, and like I want to reach that. So the customer's looking like when they order their food, it's gonna take 15 minutes to get there, and they see you on the GPS, and they think that they see you getting close to their place, and then all of a sudden you're not close to their place. You're driving away, then you're driving further away, and then you have to come through, and they're not even realizing like it's not your fault. You're going beyond what you were even signed up to do to give you food, and then they're getting mad at you for that. And that's even in the sense like I'm getting in trouble for doing extra work and not being compensated. So anybody who is on the military base, when drivers take a long time, it's not their fault. We follow the GPS. We are not allowed to use third-party apps to deliver food. We can't do it because everything is everything should be calculated through the system, even though we both know, or we all know that it's not, or I know that it's not. I know y'all know, but I mean it's just messed up. But what you could do is subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications, hit that like button. I do daily Uber Eats vlogs anyway. I do a bunch of other stuff. I play video games live, skateboarding, all types of stuff. But I just wanted to address this problem. Hopefully maybe this video will reach a bunch of other Uber Eats drivers. So I really want to hear from y'all, and especially if you're in the DMV area, which is Maryland, DC, and Virginia. If you're in that area, please let me know if you're dealing with some of the similar stuff, or let me know if you're dealing with a different problem than me. Maybe we can talk and try to figure something out and try to talk to Uber. Or if you're dealing with the same problem, you're outside of the United States, I would love to talk to you as well to see if this is like a United States worldwide problem where it's happening. Well, I said worldwide, a statewide problem where it's happening all over the United States. And then I might think it's actually like Uber, because I know Uber's been under fire for a bunch of different things in California. They're trying to figure out if they should turn the Uber drivers into employees or whatnot, which I don't really I don't know if that would be a good thing or a bad thing. I kind of like being under a contract because I feel like at that point you're gonna have to have a set schedule or whatnot. But anyway, I might make another video on that. But everybody have a wonderful day. I'm gonna get back to doing this Uber Eats, even though I'm probably gonna get ripped off. But you know what I mean, you gotta make money in this crazy time. Also, everybody wear your mask, and peace, love, happiness. And I just got another order. I will see y'all